Oh my god. It is episode 38 of the Keep on Trucking podcast. Yeah. Now. I'm here. I'm back. I'm in California. I'm at my parents' house in my childhood room. It's not even my childhood room. We moved when I was 18. So I lived here for 2 years before I moved. I'm happy to be back, dude, in California. The plane ride is usually always pleasant, but not this. The plane ride from New York to California is always like about 5 hours, and I used to drive from Riverside to Las Vegas 4 days on, 2 days off for 4 years when I was a truck driver, which is like usually like 10 to 13 hour days. So it's like 4.5 hours one way, 4.5 hours back, depending on traffic. 5-6 hours sometimes. So the plane ride really isn't bad compared to that. What does suck though, well, the difference is that when I was driving to Las Vegas in the semi truck, I was alone and I was by myself, and that's what made that pretty easy, as opposed to being on the plane with some of these fucking. Look, here's what happened, dude. You know what? Here, it started in the subway. The whole experience started in the subway. So I get on the train to take me to JFK, to the airport. I get on the train. There's a free bench open. I sit down. There's a construction worker sitting on the bench across from me, and he's staring at me. He's not saying anything, and I'm like, whatever. I'm on my phone. And we drive. It's an express train, so we're on the train for maybe like 7 minutes, and then it stops. A lady walks in, sits down next to me. The construction worker tells the lady to not sit there, and then I have my earphones on so I can hear what he's saying. He goes, "Don't sit there," and then he explains on the floor the way. I mean, he like points at the bench like, "Oh, there's this, there's that." I take off my earphones and I look down. And like the lady gets up and she like steps over there, and I go, "What? Well, what happened?" And he goes, he's like, "I was just telling her that it's dirty right there and to not sit there." And I was like, "You fucking dick, dude! Why'd you tell her, not me?" So then I get up, dude. I look down and there's like residue. There's like dirty residue on the bench. I'm like, I was sitting on this, dude, and like I had my cool little jacket on. My cute ass little pants on. I was like, oh fuck, dude. So now I'm standing up. I'm just staring at the residue, and like the lady's standing up. The lady's sitting next to the construction worker, and like in my head, I'm fuming, dude. Not because I sat in this residue, but because he waited to tell someone else. He waited to tell an attractive lady to not say. He wanted to be a fucking hero to her, but not to me. Go fuck yourself, construction worker guy. And it gets it gets fucking worse, dude. So I stand up and I'm like, I'm standing next to the bench. I'm holding onto the rail. I'm looking at it. I'm fuming in my head. A guy gets up. A good Samaritan gets up because he's like old, dude. So at this point I feel bad. I'm like, oh, like what's he gonna do? Because we're still on the express train, so it's not stopping anytime soon. I'm like, why is he getting up? So he's getting up, and he walks up to the bench where the residue, and he has with his umbrella. He starts cleaning it. Right? No, dude. He's waving all the fucking residue onto my leg now. So it's like flying at me. And like me, I'm a bit of a fucking germaphobe. So I'm like, the particles are going into my fucking nose now because he's like waving it. So I don't want to tell this guy that don't fucking stop doing that because he looks like a nice guy. I mean, because like he's doing something nice for a person. He's doing something nice for me. But like in my head, and the reality is he's throwing all the trash at my leg, and the germ particles are going up to my fucking nose, which I know they go up your nose every day, all the time, everywhere. But you don't see it. So now there's like germ shit going, and I'm so enraged right now with the other guy, and then I'm so confused because I don't want to tell the guy to stop. So I tell the lady, I point at the lady, and I go, "Oh, sit down," and I just fucking walk away. Then I change cards. So so that was a train ride to the airport. That was, oh shit, is there feedback? No. That was a train ride to the airport. I get to the airport, right? Everything goes smoothly. I get on the plane. Well, hold up. So I get to the airport. We're waiting to board, and the guy says it's a light flight, so people's seats might have changed. If you were in the front, you're now a little more back. All I heard was it's a light flight, so I'm like, fucking yes, dude. You know, there's a probability I might get a row to myself, and I'm like, let's go, dude. This is gonna be a sweet ride. We get in the plane. I'm in 25F, which is the window seat near the back. I'm walking, you know, like it is kind of empty, but like, you know, it's not as empty as I thought it was gonna be. But I get to my row, and no one said my row, and I'm in the last group, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So as long as like nobody else comes and sits down, I have the whole row to myself for 5 hours. I'm like, this is the best. So I sit down, everybody's seated. I'm like, oh, dude, you know, this is gonna be good. Some fucking lady, dude, comes from out of nowhere and sits on my row, like on the aisle seat. So now there's a space between me and her, and I'm like, whatever, that's fine. We both get 2 armrests. Who cares, dude? You know, I'm chilling. No, dude. No, this lady saw this as an opportunity to agitate your boy. Not even 5 minutes on the air, she takes off her shoes and stretches her legs to our middle seat. So now it's me, her nasty ass fucking feet, and then her, and she's wearing glasses, so she's like this. So I don't even know if she's sleeping or if she's just staring at me like, yeah, take that shit, you fucking bitch. I don't know what's happened. So I'm fuming, dude. But I didn't sleep the whole night because the flight was at 9 a.m. and I'm paranoid that I'm gonna miss my flight, so I just pulled an all-nighter. So lucky for both of us. Well, also, I wasn't gonna confront her. What am I? I'm not a dick like that. I wasn't gonna confront her. But lucky for me, I didn't sleep all night, so I just put my beanie over my head and just over my eyes and just knocked out. Woke up 1 hour before we landed. Sure enough, dude. Feel like that. I gave her a look. Because it did smell, dude. It smelled bad. So when I gave her a look, she like moved her feet kind of back to her aisle, but she hit a can that she had, like a can of coffee. You know those little Starbucks cans? She hit one of those that was resting in the seat, in the middle seat, in the net behind the middle seat. I don't know if that makes sense. She kicks one of those, and it flies off, gets coffee all over my pants and my shoes. Now, it's fine. It's fine, dude. No thank you from this lady. No thank you. But you know what she does? She bought the Wi-Fi on the plane, and she started swiping on Bumble. And now all I'm thinking is like, this is why you're fucking single, dude. You have no self-awareness. You have no self-awareness. She didn't say sorry, guys. She spilled coffee on my shit. She stuck her feet on my thigh, and this is why you. Anyways, I landed in San Diego, dude, and got picked up by my homie, and my beautiful girlfriend bought me a burrito, and now I'm happy to be back in Southern California. I'm not from San Diego. I'm from Paris. I'm from Paris, California, which is where I'm at right now. And I'm happy to be here, dude. This is the shit. No, you know, like people hate on their hometowns. I don't, dude. Like people from here hate here. I don't. I love Paris, dude, with a passion. Like, well, one of my, I don't know. I don't want to say dreams or goals, but one thing that I fantasize about doing in the maybe like I want to say 30 years from now, hopefully. There's an old theater on Old Side that it was a theater like in the early 1900s, maybe like the 50s. Like you know, it's like classic theaters. It was one of those, and then they got shut down, and then it got reopened as a church, and then it got shut down, And now it's just this beautiful building. Well, I think it's beautiful, and it just says Paris on it, and it's a theater. It looks old school, it looks classic. One of my fantasies is to, like, one day, 25 years, 30 years from now, or just sometime in the future, I want to buy that place and reopen it as a theater. I fucking, I don't know, dude. And then perform there. That'll be sick, dude. If I bought it, open as a theater and perform there, some comedy. But also, like, just have it as a movie theater, just like play like old movies, just renovate it, dude. That'll be sick. But it'll cost a couple $1,000,000, I'm assuming. But that's why it's a fucking 30-year goal, or dream, or fantasy. But I don't know, man. I love Paris, dude. There's a bunch of fuck ups here, but there's also a bunch of hustlers that come out of here. Like, just because the majority of people from my hometown are kids of immigrant parents, just like my parents. They moved here, and I think when you're a kid of an immigrant parent, you see, like, the hustle. And the majority of the friends that I have were like these kinds of people. So, like, a lot of these folks are already killing it in the construction business. They're killing it in whatever they're doing. So, like, I guess people that hate their fucking town hung out with the wrong people growing up. Hang out with the right people when you love your town, dude. Oh, hot take. Hang out with the right people and you'll enjoy the people you hang out with. Fucking idiot, Frankie. I love it here. So the $100 things challenge ended, right? And then I started doing the holding myself accountable thing, which I'm happy that it's still getting a lot of views, because I was nervous that once I stopped doing the $100 thing, like, my views and, like, people would just be like, all right, well, that was that, and then just go on their own way. But I got sinuses. I'm not doing cocaine before the podcast. No, I thought that, like, I was gonna finish the $100 thing and people were gonna be like, they're just gonna leave, and then, but people stayed, dude, and I'm very grateful for the people that stayed. And then it's actually helping me hold myself accountable. Like, I started a new series called Holding Frankie Hoy Accountable, and it's a week by week thing. And every week I hold myself. Well, I did it. The first week just ended. So every week I'm gonna have a different goal. And being in California and working and having, like, a real day job. I'm back. Sorry, there's technical difficulties. I was saying, so for this next week's challenge, I am staying with my parents' house, so I'm gonna bring down the budget to $40 a week on food, and I'm only gonna try to get on stage 10 times this week, because the schedule is so unstable as a truck driver, which is what I'm going to be doing for the next 3 weeks that I'm here. The next thing I'm going to do, on a different budget, I'm going to see if I can go on 4 dates with $100 with my girlfriend. And I think that's getting sponsored. So that's going to be what's happening this next week. And I'm hyped for it. So for the punishment from last week, I'm going to run 2 miles for the stages that I didn't get on. And doing the sketch, hold on, this is so fucking weird. All right, so the other thing was, somebody said to release a sketch and then or a joke. I could do that, but I could put out, like, an old joke, because all the new shit that I'm working on, like, I don't like having, like, jokes that I have on the internet that I still do. I like performing shit on stage that people haven't seen before. But I could probably do a sketch on my own, and that'll be, like, the challenge, because I normally do sketches with Luke Davis. But anyways, so those are the goals for this week. $40 on food, get on stage 10 times, and go on 2 dates with my little cutie. I'm very young in doing comedy. I've been doing it for 5 years, minus half of the pandemic year, so 4.5 years. So I'm still very young in my comedic career journey. But here's the thing that's happening right now with me emotionally, that I got all these like followers, or like I got like a kind of a bit of a platform on TikTok, and now I'm paranoid to ruin the little career that I don't have. You know what I mean? Like I feel like oh, and then I'm gonna just fuck everything up. I am excited that everybody's watching and supporting and fucking that. I'm so grateful for that, and I'm excited. I'm gonna keep working hard. I'm gonna keep fucking writing jokes. I don't ever plan on stopping being a good entertainer or a good comedian. So I'm excited for where I'm going, but I'm also fucking terrified that I might just ruin it all right now. You know what I mean? Just like oh. And that was that. And that's all she wrote, as they say. Thanks for checking in this week. That's gonna be the episode. I still haven't figured out how to put this shit on Spotify. But thanks a lot for tuning in to the Keep On Trucking podcast. Yeah. No.
Are you calling me a racist?